Hey, Happy New Year to everyone. We'll start the session. Before we start, I'll quickly introduce myself. This is Sasmitha. I have around 12 years of experience in data science and machine learning. I started my career in 2012, right, as a software engineer. And after I have completed my master's, I moved to data science. I completed my master's from IIIT Bhubaneswar in 2016. It was a full-time 2 years MTech program. My specialization was machine learning and big data. So I have three paper published based on my master's work, right? And after 2016, I'm working as a data scientist. I joined as a data scientist trainee, and I have worked with different organizations, starting with service-based companies to product-based, small scale companies to big startup, small startups to big MNCs, right? Mostly my experiences lies with investment banking, fintech, and manufacturing. My major experience lies with General Electric, where I worked for around 3.5 years. I was a part of GE Aviation team, transportation, GE Digital. Prior to that, I was working with Goldman Sachs, Paytm, FinTech, right? Currently, I'm working with one of the leading MNC as a principal data scientist. You can find more on profile. You can search with my name, Sasmitha, and data science. You can find my entire journey, right, in LinkedIn. Okay, so coming back to the demo session, today I will just take 30 minutes, and initial 20 minutes I will be talking about the course curriculum and all the other details, and rest 10 minutes. If you have any question, you can ask. We have continuous demo sessions this week. And if you have some questions which I could not answer today, maybe when you join tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will be able to answer it, right? So before I start, let me just quickly share my screen. I typically have I just okay. So before we start the demo session, I'll quickly let you know what we're going to see in this demo session. To start with, okay. I was on a vacation. I just returned yesterday late night. So I think this the pen in which I'm writing, I think it's not properly working. Anyway, let's see if it's working. I'll be using my iPad tomorrow onwards. Today, I think we can manage. Yeah, if it is. Okay. So what we're going to cover is first, I will quickly tell about the course. You all know because you have registered. So this is a generative AI course. Generative AI for many of you already will be knowing, but for few people, which is like this term is completely new. So I will just give you a quick overview. Detail we will discuss maybe later, but I'll just give you a quick overview. What is AI? What is machine learning? What is generative AI? So different jargons, we will discuss about terms. First 5-10 minutes, we will discuss about different terms. I know many of you who are not from AI background, you must be very much confused. A lot of terms, right? Data scientist, artificial intelligence, machine learning, generative AI. So what is all of these terms? Like is like NLP, computer vision. Is all of these terms are similar, different? Also, once you understood the terms, there are different kind of job roles you can see, like ML ops engineer, right? Some roles are like generative AI engineer, right? Uh, like data scientist, data analyst, business analyst, computer vision scientist, NLP scientist, or NLP researcher. So what are the different job roles, and what is the expectation, what you can expect from each of these role? And then we will discuss about the course curriculum. We will discuss in detail what is this course is looking like, who can enroll for this course, and whether this course is suitable for you or not. Sorry for my pen, it's very behaving weirdly, right? As I said, there is some bug in the software. I think it's not working properly. Anyway, so we will discuss about the course curriculum, and then finally we will discuss any questions if you have, timing and all, and then any questions. So it's a very short demo, as I said. I will just take 5 minutes to explain you the prerequisite before I jump. I think you have a lot of questions. Should I enroll for this code? Is it suitable for me or not? What major thing is like what role I can apply for, right, after taking this course, and like what are the prerequisite, everything we will discuss in this demo session. So to start with, I think one term which is very, very, very common and everywhere it is there. Any place you go, whether it is manufacturing or retail or fintech or technical, non-technical, healthcare, manufacturing, any domain, right? In everywhere you will see one term, that is AI, right? Artificial intelligence. It was like, yes, if you look at the Google Trend report, you will see AI is nothing like overnight. It is like you can see the trend like 2000, once we started using internet, I think I'll say 2005 and 6 it started linearly, and after we have tools like Spark and Hadoop which can handle big data, it increases exponentially, and now I think it is like it is so common, everybody is talking about it, right? So artificial intelligence, in short, I don't want to use hi-fi terms and all. In very simple, very human, in a humanly way, if I have to tell what is AI and what is the objective, what we're trying to achieve, right? What is exactly artificial intelligence mean? As the name suggests, artificial intelligence, right? So we human has intelligence. That's why we are different from other animal. So I'll give you a simple example. Let's say you have a 2-year-old kid who is learning colors or who is learning fruit names, right? You're teaching fruit names to your kid. Think about a real-time example. What you will do is you will show different kind of images. Let's say you want to teach your kid about mango, right? So you will show this is the mango diagram, and not one, but you will show different kind of mango pictures, right? Mango in the basket, mango will be present in a tree, right? Mango, green color mango, yellow color mango, different kind of mangoes. And not only image, you will also tell, you know what, look at this picture, and in this picture this particular object is called mango, right? You will also write this particular object is called mango, so you will also say this is the picture and this is mango. And similarly, what you will do is initially the kid will not understand. Let's say you repeat this process for 10,000 times, okay, or 1,000 times. Every time what you are doing is you're showing a picture and telling this is mango, this is mango, this is mango, right? And then you are also like showing some other picture. Let's say two different fruits you're making the kid understand. One is mango and one is apple. Apple, mango, apple, mango. So each object you have thousand pictures and you're showing 1,000 apple picture, 1,000 mango picture. Now let's say the training. This is called training, right? Training means what? You're teaching the kid, and kid has a brain and brain has neurons. So what the kid's brain is doing is when you're showing image, it is trying to identify pattern from that image. What pattern it is identifying? Initially, it will not be able to understand, but when you're showing the similar kind of thing multiple times, the neurons, they are able to understand, okay, mango means the pattern in mango is the shape of the mango, the color of the mango is mostly yellow, and the shape of the mango, it has a shape in kids' brain. The brain understands the shape of the mango. After you show 1,000 or 10,000 pictures, the brain understands the shape of the mango is different than the shape of the apple. Apple is different shape and mango is different shape. And now what you will do is this entire thing is called training, right? Training means you are giving lot of example, and you are telling this is the input, this is the output. Means input is your image, output is the label. You're telling this picture is mango, this picture is apple, this picture is mango, this picture is apple, and you're repeating 10,000, 20,000. This process is called training. Now once the kid is trained, it understood the pattern. What do you mean by training? The kid understood the pattern. So that's exactly a model also will do. There are different kind of problem we want to solve. I don't want to go in detail. This kind of this is a very typical problem called supervised learning. So what we do in supervised learning is we give lot of examples, right? That is called training. Training means input output, And after giving lot of examples, the machine learning models, which are math algorithm, they understands the pattern. Pattern means what? Behind the scene, if you just go very deep, image is nothing but pixels, right? Every image, if you convert, it's an array of numbers. Every number is some color, right? Let's say it's a colorful image or black and white image. So let's say black and white to make it simple, 0 to 255, right? White and black and in between colors. So basically it understands if it is a mango, it understands the pattern in the sense it understands the number sequence, like how it should be. If it is a mango, what should be the pixels, in which place, what pixel should be there, right? And that is called a pattern. And we understand this mathematically, right? This is called training of a model. Now what will happen? Once the model is trained, you will give a completely new image. And this is nothing but an apple image. And you will not tell anything to the kid. Just you will show the image. In the training, I'm giving not only image, but also label. This is called input and output. But when I'm trying to test whether the kid has understood properly the patterns, I'm just giving the input and I'm asking, tell me, what is this? Do you think the kid will be able to answer yes or no? If I just show this picture and I will not tell anything, do you think the kid will be able to answer after giving 1,000 examples? Yes or no? Easily the kid can identify it is an apple, right? Why? Because it understood the pattern. And that is what it is. Yes, and that is what it's called. Test means if the model, so we don't directly take the model into production, we test. So every AI problem that you solve, right? So you will like build a model and you will test the model. If it is working, then you will take it to production level. But this is what we are doing in the whole AI. AI is nothing but using math. If you ask me what is the core subject in AI, I will not say it is Python. I will not say it is LLM or generative AI. I'll not say anything. I'll say math, right? The core subject is math. If you really want to be very expert in AI, math is the only subject that is actually behind the scene. Everywhere, all the algorithms are math based. We cannot just write maths like in pen and paper. Let's say I'm writing a squared plus b squared something, right? I need to code it. That's why we're using a language called Python. So this is the language what machine will understand. So we are coding. So we are converting maths into a format which the machine can understand. But ultimately, what we are trying to do is artificial intelligence is all about mimicking us like human. Can we understand how the human brain is working? And can we give the same intelligence to a machine so that a machine can do the same thing what we are doing? That is all about AI, right? And how we are doing it? Now, this is all theory. We understood what we are trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve the duplicates, right? Like human duplicates, like what we are doing, machine can do. But how? Using maths. So one thing is very common. It's all about pattern finding in your data. If it is a garbage data, there is no pattern. Doesn't matter what algorithm you're using, it will not work, right? So I think one term is very clear. That is what is artificial intelligence. So now if anybody is asking you artificial intelligence, according to me, it is all about pattern finding, right? Pattern finding means what? From any input, it can be table, it can be a text, it can be an image, it can be a video, it can be audio, any kind of data, structured, unstructured, markup language, JSON file, any data. The whole objective is, can you understand the pattern, right, from the data? Like I'll give you another example. This is image based. Image means pixel, right? Let's take another example. Let's take actually, my pen is not working. I'm really sorry. I'll use another medium to write tomorrow. But let's say one more table is a square feet is there and then house price is there, right? It's a numerical example. Let's say it's a table. 1,000 square feet house. Let's the house price is 70 lakhs, right? 2,000 square feet house, the house price is 1.4. 3,000 square feet house, the house price is let's say 2.10. Can you understand the pattern? Why is this and sorry, y is house price and x is, let's say, input. So basically what is happening is 1,000 unit increase in X is leading to 2 times increase, right? 2 into Y. So X equals to 2 into Y. So 1 unit change in X is leading to 2 unit change in Y. So this is called a pattern. So it doesn't matter what kind of data you're handling. If it is, basically it's a pattern finding. The whole objective of AI is doing everything what the human is doing, right? So that we can use AI as our supporting agent, right? In future. And that's the whole objective. Now, how we are achieving it? Using machine learning, using maths. Now you understood AI. Now inside AI also there are a lot many terms, right? Like data science is there, machine learning. So AI, it is nothing, like there is no subject called AI. It is just a concept, right? AI is a very broad term. It's a very superset. How to achieve? AI is giving intelligence to the machine, but how to give intelligence? That's why we have subjects or multiple things that we need to learn together to achieve what we want. The one subject is machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning. So this is AI, which is very, very big. I mean, there is nothing called AI. It's a superset, everything together. Inside AI, a subset is machine learning. Machine learning is just a subset of AI. In machine learning, we have different algorithms. I'm not trying to write everything. You will be confused. Let's say some of the maths that we use we solve supervised, unsupervised, and semi-supervised problems. So machine learning is one of the subject in AI, right? Inside machine learning, there is another sub branch, and that is called deep learning. Some of the problem of machine learning we can solve using deep learning. See how it is coming. AI is the very broad term. Inside AI, we have machine learning. Inside machine learning, we have deep learning. And inside deep learning, we have a very small part, and that is called generative models, or we call it generative AI is all about generative models. So this is how the structure looks. I think generative model is a very, very small part. It's an ocean. Uh, like AI is a very broad term. Inside AI, we have multiple things, right? We have machine learning, we have NLP, we have computer vision, we have soft computing, we have information retrieval, we have fuzzy logic, we have lot many things. Inside machine learning, we have deep learning, and inside deep learning, we have generative models, right? Now, what is new thing about generative AI? Why this is like everyone overnight they became AI engineer. If you look at the LinkedIn profile, yesterday they were software engineer, today they are AI engineer, right? So what happened? Let me tell you. So there is a process, right? When you start building or when you try to solve a problem, right? Problem means what? You're trying to find patterns. There is a process. As I said, first you will collect the data, right? Then you will clean the data. So that is called data science or AI life cycle. Let's say first is you need data, right? To train your model. I have given you the image example. For that, you need data. So data is not readily available always, right? So you will first collect the data. That is called data collection, right? And then you will clean the data. Data will be garbage, like many missing values will be there. Not many problems will be there. So once you have collected the data, you will clean the data. So second step is, let's say data cleaning, right? So once you have cleaned the data, you will start building model. So training, I will say, train your model, train, and then validate. Directly, you cannot take it to production. You will validate or test your model. And then what you will do is once it is finalized, you will deploy your model. So this is the complete cycle. So if total is 100 hours, only data collection, data cleaning, and data training will take 80% of the time. Validation and deployment is very quick. People think deployment is difficult, but once you create the pipeline, it is not at all difficult, right? Deployment and validation. Validation and training is actually same. If the model is, it's a spiral. So it's not like one time you will be successful, right? So you will, let's say like this, spiral 1, collect, clean, train, test. Okay, 80% or 90, whatever is the threshold. Achieved, not achieved. Achieved, happy, then deploy. Not achieved, again repeat. Collect, any step you can jump. Maybe collection you can skip, cleaning, train, test. So it is a spiral. So multiple times you will repeat this cycle, and until and unless you get a good model, you will repeat, keep repeating. Collect data. Sometimes You will also go to the first step, more data you need, right, to train. Again, you will collect, clean, train, validate, collect, clean, train, validate, collect, clean, train, validate. You will repeat until the model is good, means actual patterns it is able to understand. Then only you will deploy. So this was the difficulty, right? That's the reason before 2022, like before ChatGPT, other pre-trained model came to market, core data scientists like me, who like me and other people who were working in AI and data science, they used to follow this step, and it is a time consuming step. It is a specialized skill. Somebody who has a lot of knowledge on machine learning, deep learning, everything, theory and everything, maths and everything, they can do it. Now what happened is, this entire process, big companies like Google, Microsoft and all, what they have done, they have automated this entire step. Okay, this entire step has been already done. Means what? Now you can ask me from where they collected data. What if I tell you every data present on internet, every data present on internet, whatever is publicly available, not confidential, whatever data is publicly available on every data, using huge GPUs and very high-end machine, right? What they have done is, they have collected all the data present on the internet, cleaned the data, trained the model and validated the model. And this is called MTR packet. Instead of you cooking the biryani from scratch, like collecting, cleaning, training, validating, you as a human or your company, like you have limited resource, right? You cannot collect everything and train. It is costly operation. You have your own domain data, which is a time consuming process. Let's say this is taking 6 months time. But now what is happening is, generative AI means what? What do you mean by generative AI? Generative AI means pre-trained model. In short, generative AI is nothing but pre-trained model. Means what? These models are trained on generic data or publicly available data, not only trained, validated and tested. So this pre-trained model have some general intelligence, If you are doing a general task means what? Hindi to English translation, right? Text to audio conversion, similar like sentiment analysis. These are very generic tasks. You no need to do anything, just plug and play. If it is a local paid one, then API call. If it is a open source, then you just download and then use it, right? So it's just plug and play. Everything is already there. Data collection, data cleaning, model building, model validation, everything is done. It's like a software as a service or model as a service. I will say model as a service, right? So already the model is there. You call just 2-3 lines of code you will write, API call, and then call and use. And that is the reason it is so fast. Very speed and accuracy will be 100 times better. Let's say if you are building a sentiment analysis project, if you go in the traditional approach, let's say in 2016-17, if you do a sentiment analysis project, it will take 2 months of time, right? 2 months of time. Today, if you do the sentiment analysis project, can you guess how much time it will take? Any guesses? In 2016 and 17, right? When you build a model from scratch, collecting data, building and all that, if it is taking 2 months of time, today using generative models or generative AI, which has pre-trained model, which are designed for sentiment analysis task, already trained with large amount of data, it will take maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Trust me, it will take 2 minutes, not even hour, not even like 1 hour. It's 2 minutes. Just pass the text immediate. Like it directly, like model is there. You're just giving you're just testing. You give your input and it can predict. No need to do anything. Already it is there. That's why it is so easy. People like you, like anyone who has no knowledge, also can be an AI scientist today. So half-cooked knowledge is always dangerous. I don't encourage that. But what I'm saying is, it is so easy that anyone can code, because you're not building anything actually. You are just calling and using. The real problem starts when you have any domain specific use case, right? For example, you are building a chatbot for your fintech company. Now, this is very domain specific use case. The model that you will use is a very generic model, right? Which has been trained on a public data. Now, domain specific use case, if you want to create an application which is domain specific, still it will be very easy. Instead of you building it from scratch, you take this generative model, give your data as input. So this is called fine tuning. This is called fine tuning, or different approaches are also there, RAG or any approach. Use any approach to provide your information, your company data, your own data. The model has no information about your data. It knows only the public data. Now, if you have a domain specific use case, you provide your data and the model already has some general intelligence and it can do your task. Very accurately, you can generate results, right? So this is all about your generative AI. Let me quickly tell you what we have learned so far. What is AI? AI is artificial intelligence. The whole objective of AI is, can we replicate ourselves? What we are doing, what we are thinking, can a machine do that, right? That is the whole objective of AI. Now, AI is a very broad term. Machine learning is a branch. Machine learning is all about solving problems using maths. Different algorithms are there, right? One part of machine learning is deep learning. We can solve the same problem what we are using in machine learning, but algorithms are different. A technique or learning process is different. More on this we will learn in the class or course. But deep learning as of now just understand as a subset of machine learning. Generative models are even smaller part of deep learning, right? Or neural network. Neural network, I will say. Neural network, a part of that is generative models, right? Now, what is the advantage of generative AI? Generative AI is companies like, even tomorrow if you want, if you want tomorrow, if you understand deep learning very in a detailed way, you can create your own generative AI model or own LLM and contribute, right? There are any ideas how many models are there? Open source, paid one you already know, like GPT is there, Chat GPT, GPT-4, and then Gemini is there. These are paid ones. Open source, many of you know very famous ones like Llama and all. But I just want you to guess and write your answers in the chat window. I want to see. Any idea how many, according to you, how many models are there? Generative AI models are there today. Any guesses? Write your answers. How many generative AI models means how many, you can say, pre-trained models are there? Hundreds. Okay. How many are there? Any guesses? Let me see how much you can think, right? How many pre-trained models are there? 1,000 plus. Okay. Let me tell you, there are 10 lakh plus. We don't know because many of them are not very popular. Actually, many of them may not be very accurate also. But if you just tell the number, if I have to tell the number, open source, 10 lakh plus, and paid one, you know, like very famous paid ones are also there. Claude is there from Anthropic, and then Chat GPT, GPT, OpenAI, and then we have Microsoft, many models are there. So Llama is the most famous one in open source. But like Llama, we have 10 lakh plus models are there pre-trained, right? So that's what. So like if you understand whole thing, you can also create your own model. And because already 10 lakhs are there, it is not that difficult, right? Once you know the algorithm and everything, the architecture, the Chat GPT architecture behind the scene, it is this is the architecture which we will learn, right? In the course we will learn. So I just want to show you the architecture. So this is the architecture of GPT, right? It's a very complex architecture. We'll learn in detail. This is the GPT architecture, right? We'll discuss in detail. So if you know this architecture and if you can code it from scratch, you can also build your own GPT and you can contribute, right? But anyways, so that is the statistics, like more than, not statistics, but number, 10 lakhs models are there pre-trained. So it's like anyone like you, me, or anyone. So that's why people are now very much, so I mean, anyone, like a software engineer also can overnight become data scientist, because You don't need to write anything from scratch, right? Just API calls, or maybe if it is local, then download and use it. So it's that simple, right? But where is the difficulty? The difficulty is, then why should you take a course if it is just API call? The problem is, in real time, the situation is completely different than what you see, right? In blogs and articles and in demos and YouTubes, right? Real time is completely different. 90% of the time, this will not work. And 90% of the time, it is not generic, it is domain specific. And that's the reason you need to learn the basics. Like fundamentals should be clear before you jump into Gen AI. Many people start from here and overnight they become Gen AI expert, and overnight they fail also, right? Like there are many challenges in real time, and many of the time you have to enter your own domain data, and where many of the people fails, they don't know how to improve the model. Creating is fine. I mean, basic model that anybody can create, but improving model, if it is failing, hallucination is the main problem. It is not working. How to improve, how to reduce hallucination? Hallucination means wrong output by the model. How to check, how to validate, how to deploy, those things many people they don't know. Why? Because they don't have a background. They really don't understand how the model is working behind the scene. If you understand how the model is working behind the scene, everything you can do, right? If required, you can build it from scratch. If required, you can use a pre-trained model. If required, you can change the model according to your data so that it will behave on your data very well. So you can do everything once you know from scratch. And that is the intention of this course. Who can enroll for this course? There is absolutely like no one in this world like who should not learn AI. If you understand anything, like if you want to see your future in IT, technical, non-technical, if you're completely non-technical domain, still you have to learn some AI tools. But if you are in a developer profile, let me tell you one bad news and one good news. And this is my prediction, and I think I have seen it and it will happen for sure. What I understood is engineering is going to be very similar to medical, right? Many of the desk job is going to be automated by AI. No job can be replaced, but headcount will be reduced. That is for sure, right? Software engineer role, if today there are 10 members in a team, company may think about 3 or 4 people, right? Any not only software engineering, even AI also is automating AI, right? Let's say in 2016 in the data science team there were 20 members. In 2025 the management may think to reduce the headcount from 20 to 5. Why? Many of the AI code can be generated automatically by AI. It's a good thing, bad thing, I don't know, but this is what it is. Many of the things will be automated and headcount will be reduced in every sector. There is not even a single role in IT which will not be affected. Everything will be affected by AI. Affected means not replacement. Affected means skilled people, right? And as headcount is reduced, you will see a lot of engineering colleges, which is like taking in kilos, like 3,000, 5,000. There will be lot of like competition going. Like what I mean to tell you is when you apply for job roles, it is like totally based on your skill set, and how fast. Speed also matters. Coding, anybody can write code, so there is no judgment on coding. Like you have seen, right? 25% of Google's code is by AI, and eventually every code will be written by AI. Having said that, what is very important is you should be expert in your domain, and also you should know AI. I'm not saying only AI. You should be expert in your domain. If you are a web developer, you should be expert in web development. Now, instead of writing code from scratch like React, Node and all, you can just instruct and you can check the code whether it is good or bad, or something. If you want to do some modification, it's just like Alexa and Google Home. How we instruct, you need to instruct, and you should be expert in your field, and you will get AI to help you, and you will use AI. Everyone will use AI to write the code, right? And you will be supervising. blindly you cannot trust. So you have to be expert. So two thing is very demanded. I am an AI engineer, so I will be, first of all, I need to be expert in AI. AI means what? I need to learn everything, like machine learning, I should be expert. Deep learning, I should be expert. Everything I should know. And then I should use AI to write AI code. What is the benefit? If it is giving some outdated code, or if it is giving some wrong output or some wrong code, I can at least validate. Why? I have run everything from, I know the code, right? I'm expert in this. I can validate. And most of the time, 90% of the time, the code will be very good and you will just use it. Similarly, let's say somebody is a web developer. I'm not telling them to switch to AI overnight. You cannot, right? But you should learn AI. Why? Because two friends, right? One is web developer and who has no AI knowledge and who is very expert in coding. And one is a web developer who is a smart web developer, means web development plus generative AI. AI means Gen AI. Both the person knows, right? So if the first employee is taking 10 hours, the second employee can generate the same thing in a better way in 1 hour. This is the difference. 10 days to 1 hour. And you cannot match with a person who knows AI, right? And trust me, it is like, it is a mandatory thing. It will become a mandatory thing. Today you may not feel it, but eventually in 2-3 years, it will become a mandatory thing to learn AI. And if you don't know, you cannot compete, right? People will be knowing it. That is the requirement of the company. Company want you to learn AI so that you can speeden up the same process that you used to do. Web development will be there. It's not like it will be vanished or web developer will be replaced, but you have to upskill yourself. Everyone, not you, like not only web development, every domain. In fact, people who are data scientists and who doesn't know generative AI, they also will be replaced. Leave about other domain, right? You must be thinking, okay, who are in AI, they are very good position. No, in AI also there is a threat. AI is like, it is like we are, AI is automating AI. So if you know AI, traditional AI, and you don't know generative AI, a person who know traditional plus generative AI will be replacing you, right? And that is the reason you need to upgrade. If you learn from here, that's fine. There are a lot of resources, also online resources, you can go through it. But it's a mandatory thing, which is, we are in a shift, everybody is learning and we have to learn it, right? And I think this is all about the terms. Terms, job roles, forget about job roles. It is very much scattered and there is no clear what I can say, distinction, right? Learn full stack. According to me, if you are learning, learn everything so that you will be fitting with many roles. Apply for everything and whatever you're getting, go for it. As I said, with AI, things are becoming full stack. And I'm telling you with my own experience, earlier data engineering and data science, uh, those were very, very different domains. I'm talking about 5-6 years back. There were dedicated data engineering team who will be doing the pipeline things and other things. Data science team will only take care of the model building and validation. Deployment also was not our task. But now companies are expecting data scientists to know data engineering also, so that you can deploy your own model, right? And that's what I am saying. So learn everything, whatever you want. And anyway, you're not coding, right? Just learning. You have code assistants. Within fraction of seconds, you can generate the code. You just learn and then generate code by AI. That's what the company is also expecting. Instead of hiring two, they're hiring one full stack. And this is again a new trend. Number one trend is you need to know your domain. Number two is you need to know end to end. Front end should know back end person should know front end. Meaning is full stack. If you're doing web development, you have to do it full stack. If you're doing AI development, you should know full stack. Means back end is AI product. Front end also you should know. Front end means it might not be very expert in Node, React and all. Basic application you should be able to do, like Flask, Fast API, and then simple Streamlit, where you can demonstrate, right? And deployment is mandatory. Everything, wherever, whatever you are doing, finally you have to deploy. Nobody, there can be like some people who will give you access and all, but ultimately deployment is already integrated in development. There's no separation like development and deployment. It is a part of deployment. Sorry, a part of development, right? So it's a challenge for data scientists. They're learning software engineering, and it's a challenge for software engineers. They're learning data science. So everything is full stack. So I am learning software engineering now, and you people has to learn data science because we all will do the same thing like full stack, right? And that is what, if it is not there, it will happen in future, near future, 2-3 years, you will see every role is full stack, end to end they want you to do. And this is all about the terms. I think there are many things which we can discuss. Let me talk about the curriculum and all. I think before that, I have just have a PPT, which I will show you very quickly. This is something which I have planned. So I think I have already talked about it. So this is the journey of AI, if you tell, right? It's started with very manual approach, like rule-based in 1950s. Then machine learning came into picture, 1980s. And then we have neural network, which is a part of machine learning, right? Deep learning is a part of neural network, actually. Like 1990s and 2000s. 2017 is a game changer when transformer architecture has been like by Google, it has been discovered, transformer, right? I have shown you one architecture of GPT, that is transformer architecture, encoder, decoder. And that is a game changer. After that, you can see a lot of development happen. So this is the time where generative AI has been started, you can say. After transformer architecture has been discovered or invented, right? Many things has been done. Like you can see parallel development, like by Google and by OpenAI. GPT-1, 2018, GPT-2, 2019, 2003, sorry, 2020, GPT-3. And you can see the what is parameters, you will understand once you enroll the course. And there's a huge jump in parameters, means accuracy has been improved. In 2020-22, ChatGPT is like 2022, and that is the time where everything is like people suddenly see what AI can do, right? Before ChatGPT, many people, they were thinking AI is just an hype, it cannot do anything. But once they have seen what AI can do, people started learning AI. You can see this is the turning, like this is the, what you can say, this is the transformer is the main thing. Like the boom is because of transformer. So it is not new, but yeah, it is started with rule-based to machine learning to neural network to transformer to pre-trained models, right? What is foundation model or what is generative AI? Basically, it's again a very subset. Subset means, as I said, foundation models are already trained. You are not training them, already trained by Google, by Microsoft, whoever is releasing, right? By them, it has already been trained. And training means not like GBs of data, terabyte, petabyte, zettabytes of data, right? The text data, image data, multimodal or text or different models are there. So every model will be trained on humongous data, and it has been tested also. It has general intelligence. So what we are doing, what you want, NER, use this model. What you want, question answer, use this model. What you want, sentiment analysis, use this model. What you want, machine translation, you have 10, 20, 30, 100, 200 options. Use this model. So it's just plug and play. Generative AI is just API calls, nothing much, right? We are not building anything from scratch. Hence, it is very easy. 5-7 lines of code and done. What you can do, everything you can do. Like you have already seen, chatbots are almost automated. Customer support, almost automated. Language translation, content generation, social media, copywriting, everything, image classification, deep fake videos, cloning, right? My voice, but somebody, something which I have never talked about. Like you have seen fake videos, right? Fake memes, fake text messages. You can see robotics, healthcare, robot doctor surgery, robotic surgeries, autonomous vehicle, driverless cars, everything, every domain, right? Endless applications. Types of foundation model, not all models are like generative AI models are also divided based on the data. Some models can take only image data, video data. Some models can take only language, means text data. Some models are multimodal, means multiple things together they can take. So I don't want to go detail. These are the some famous examples. And if you just go and see, there are 10 lakh plus models available today, right? So abundance, like you should just plug and play. So this is all about the generative AI course. This is a very generic course everyone should take. As I said, you may not feel it, but it is there. Eventually, you will see suddenly one day you are replaced. And as I said, this is happening and this will happen. The headcount will reduce. It is not going to increase further. New roles will be created related to AI, but people who are not upskilling, it's very difficult time for them. Everyone is upgrading. As I said, you no need to change your domain to become an AI scientist. Everybody wants to join a course just to become an AI scientist. But I will tell you, this is already saturated. Everyone is applying for AI roles and they're not getting. My suggestion is wherever you are, be there, because that is your 10 years, 20 years experience, 5 years, 6 year experience. You have gained experience, you have worked on some projects. Don't leave your domain. Wherever you are, you be there and take this course like generative AI, learn from scratch. Now you will be irreplaceable in your domain because you can do the same task in 100x less time with better accuracy, right? So that's what is and if you're a fresher or if you have less experience like 2 3 4 years, my suggestion is you can take this course and also learn lot many other things which is not included here to become a AI scientist. If you are starting your career, I will suggest go with this. Change your domain or think about becoming a data scientist or AI engineer. But if you're in a midway or 10 years or 15-year experience, learn this and definitely it will be helpful. Doesn't matter where you are, try to build some generative AI application in your domain, right? And after taking this course, you will see 100 of ideas will come to you how you can build Gen AI applications in your domain. Let's say you are a market research analyst. Now, whatever you're doing after taking this course, you can completely automate the process. And same thing, 15 days research work can be done in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 1 hour using tools, agents, right? So that is what it is. I think let us quickly discuss what all are the things that I'm going to cover in this whole course. Let me tell you in short. I don't know whether it is possible to write it. There's no way to I can write. But anyway, so I will just quickly tell you here. Then we will go to the curriculum. I'll summarize the curriculum. It's a very nicely designed course. Everything is covered. And the starting is software installation. So we will not waste time telling you how to install softwares and all. I will share recordings and you can just go through it and install all the softwares. It's not that easy. It's not like simple Python installation. Yes, we will do Python installation, VS Code and everything. But the major things are like GPU. So if you have a CUDA, if you have GPU, NVIDIA cards, then I think you can enable it. Without that, you cannot. Later in the course, when we use Llama or any other open source model, which are very highly resource oriented models, to download only we need, and if you want to write any code or project, if you want to do using open source models, the one drawback of open source is it is free, but it requires machine configuration should be good to install it or to load it, right? You need memory, you need space. So that is something, again, to process, you need GPU, parallel programming. Otherwise, it will be very slow. So later we need it. So CUDA enable how to do that. This is us like 2 hours video. You can just forward it. Many of the things you might have installed already, but I will suggest CUDA how to enable that. You can see rest all things you can just see and do it. So once the software installation is done, next what we will start from scratch. Okay, the first thing that we will learn is deep learning. Why we are learning deep learning? Why not Gen AI from scratch, right? And that is in fact very much easy for you. In this whole course, the topic which is the most difficult one is deep learning. Gen AI is the most easiest topic, right? it is very easy for you and for me also to teach. Deep learning is the most difficult topic, and deep learning we are learning to understand before we just plug and play and use model as a service. We will build a model from scratch. That will clarify a lot of our doubts. We will understand what is a model is, how to build a model from scratch. What do you mean by training? What do you mean by validation? What are the approaches for validating a model, right? If the model is not working, how to improve the accuracy? What is loss function means? What is data cleaning means, right? What is PyTorch? The framework we will be using is Keras and PyTorch, using how Python packages, how to build a model from scratch. And what is the algorithm behind the model? What is parameters? Everything we will understand in detail. So in deep learning, we have three things that we will learn. Again, this is not a deep learning course. As I said, this is AI. Inside AI, we have machine learning. Inside machine learning, we have neural network. Inside neural network, we have deep learning. Inside deep learning, we have generative AI. So we are here. My course is here, right? So I'll be talking I will be discussing the models which are, one is very common, but two other models are specific to generative models. So the first common model is ANN, artificial neural network. It will clarify your neural network concept. You will understand this is a basic building block. Very, very important. Complete theory, all derivations. Along with that, one project from scratch. We will build it and we will validate it and we will we will do hyperparameter tuning. We will do improvement, like how to validate a model. Everything you will learn from scratch, theory and practical. Along with that, we will also learn CNN, convolutional neural network, which is again very important if you're dealing with image related data, right? Or mostly text data. And then once we have learned this, these are the two basic fundamental models. After that, we will be learning the transformer architecture. It's the most difficult topic and very, very difficult, but I'll try to make it super simple so that you will understand. I will write everything in my iPad and give proper examples. Transformer architecture, why it is important. Tomorrow, if you are joining the startup or a R&D team where your company want you to build GPT kind of model from scratch, you can do that because you know what is behind GPT, right? This is the architecture, complete architecture. And you also know Keras and PyTorch frameworks, Python packages, which will help you. So you can build it from scratch. So you will learn the complete architecture, right? The theory part. That is deep learning section. And then we will learn about NLP. NLP is text data. If you have text data, how to handle text data, all the terms related to text, what is embedding means, what is stop word means, what are the different embedding techniques, what is the history of text data, how to analyze it, everything you will learn. After that, we will start GenAI. These are the prerequisite. What is prerequisite? Deep learning and NLP basics. Once we done that, then we will start with generative AI. So generative AI, the first model that we will use is not model, but the first framework that we will learn is LangChain. LangChain is all in one. If you learn LangChain, what is LangChain and why we are learning it, I will tell it in the class. But just remember, LangChain is everything. If you learn LangChain completely, everything you can do in GenAI, right? It's unified platform, unified framework. It is not a model, it is a framework. It has different components, like it has model component, it has chain component, it has memory component, it has agent component. So different components. For some reason, my pen is not working, right? The complete syllabus is there, but I'm just summarizing it. Model, and then you will learn about the chain, and then the memory and the agent and everything, right? Complete framework. After that, we will learn about Hugging Face, which is a very good platform for open source models. Once we have learned this, we will be learning something called RAG, prompt engineering and RAG, right? Why prompt engineering? If you don't ask the right question, you will not get the right answer. So it's not that easy. People think, okay, I can write some questions as I wish, but you need to understand how the proper way, chain of thought, different frameworks are there. Prompt engine, sorry, not question. Prompt engineering we will learn. Not able to write. Okay. After prompt engineering, we will be discussing about RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG. What is RAG? We will discuss in detail, and then we will jump into other frameworks. Two cloud platforms I'm using. One is Azure and one is GCP. Because we have limited time, GCP I will forward previous batch recording. Very initial, once your enrollment is done, I'll forward you the previous batch recording so that you can go through it. But Azure will be live. Azure we will see here, Azure OpenAI, complete framework, how to create any application using Azure OpenAI, everything we will discuss. Same with GCP. GCP also has generative AI services like Vertex AI and all, which I have covered in the last class very nicely. The entire 5 to 8 hours of video on GCP, I will share it with you, which you can go through. And then what we will do is, these are the paid ones, like we will see Azure and GCP cloud platforms. Also, it's equally important because ultimately you will deploy on cloud, right? Even if it is a local LLM, ultimately it cannot be your desktop or system, right? You have to deploy. So cloud knowledge is very important. Cloud means I'm not teaching you cloud. It's not a cloud computing course. It is generative AI services provided by Azure and GCP. We will learn that. And then finally, we will learn about very important topics like fine tuning. If it is not working, how to improve. And the main topic, the main cream of this course is agent, which is the trending topic, right? Agent is the trending topic in GenAI. We will learn both kind of agent, multi-agent and single agent, right? Multi-agent, agentic framework we will learn. And then also long chain agents we will learn. So agents we will learn, fine tuning we will learn, Azure and GCP, generative AI services like Azure OpenAI and GCP Gemini, Vertex AI, right? We will learn RAG, prompt engineering, Hugging Face, long chain. And finally, every topic will have small projects. But finally, there will be one project that is called capstone projects. I'll take one complete weekend, almost 5 to 8 hours. I will just demonstrate everything end to end. This project will have a front end. This project will have a back end. I'll show you the system diagram also. And then we will basically deploy it also, right? So it will be a GenAI application. End to end, I will show you. Deployment, you might have some doubts. I will suggest some extra, because this is not an ops course, but backend, front end, everything you will understand once taking this course. Deployment also, I'll make it super simple. And I think it's very easy to deploy, no problem. Like I think you can understand. So end to end one application. And what is that application? It will be a topic question answer system, topic modeling project we will do, right? It will be a topic modeling project we will do. We will take a lot of text data and PDF data, Word document, anything. There will be an upload button. User can upload any amount of data, and once the data has been uploaded, it will based on the semantic similarity, or basically the similarity between the documents. It will cluster all the documents into different classes, and the user can search based on the topic. It will give the most relevant document as return. Also, it will generate text summary. Also, it can translate any text to any other text. It can summarize. So it's a complete application that we will build. And this is my current project, all right? One of the project, what I am doing. It's much more higher, but I will show you a lower version of that so that everybody will understand, right? My project has a proper front end, which uses Node.js, React, and then D3, Express, many things. Even I'm not expert at all in front end. But backend, it uses fast API and many things. Similar, exactly functionality wise similar. And we will also use agents in this. We will use agents. So it's a nice, in agent, there will be a different project also. We will do web crawling app we will create automatically. We will create a virtual market research analyst, right? Like how you will hire a market research analyst and what job the market research analyst will do. We'll create a virtual AI machine or model which will exactly do the same thing, right? That is one project. Two major projects you will get. One is on agent and one is on complete topic modeling, right? Topic modeling we will deploy, right? Where we will deploy mostly on Azure, right? And this is the whole thing in summary, but entire like subject is here. So installation and then enabling GPU, accelerating training and inference, how to enable GPU, CUDA and all that. An introduction, what is AI, machine learning, what is reinforcement learning, what is foundation model. You need to understand ethical AI, very important. Blindly, without knowing, you should know that anytime you're building a chatbot, you should write a text saying this is a AI generated bot. If you don't write that, it is not ethical. Such things you should know, right? Otherwise, blindly, if you build something which is not ethical, your company, there can be some legal consequences also. So you need to know what is responsible AI practices in real time, what is data governance, how to basically can you use any data, company data, any kind of company data? Can you just share it with OpenAI? So, what are the tools that you can use for data governance? This is a very important topic. I have written in one simple line, but it will take 1 hour or 30 minutes more than that to just explain. It's very, very important. And I'll go through my own example and some of my friends, what they are using in their company for this responsible AI. When you request, your company will not allow you without checking some of the things, right? Which we need to know. What is prompt injection? How to use AI for bad reasons? How to avoid that? So everything will be covered in this. This is a theoretical topic, but is very, very important. Very, very important topic. I will cover that. And then we will understand the natural language processing NLP. This is basically recorded session because it's just theory and practical. From my previous batch, I think easily you can, these are very easy topic, right? And I'm thinking of giving this also a recorded session till here, but the ethical AI I will cover live. What is theory? So what is AI? What is machine learning? What is, it's all, you need to just listen. I don't want your time to be wasted. It is good for me, but I think I just want whatever time I'm giving you, you should learn difficult topics. So introduction and all give as recorded session. Software installation take as recorded session. NLP basics are also very easy, take as recorded session. We will start our class from the day one. I will talk about basics and then ethical AI, and then we will jump into ANN. Right? This is not recorded session. This will be live. Okay. So I have just written. So CNN and ANN, complete theory we will understand, and then one project we will do. This will be from scratch, right? Using Keras, we will build models from scratch. After that, we will learn about transformer. Exactly what I have said, I have just written. First, we will learn about software installation, deep learning, and then NLP. Then we will jump into Gen AI. In the Gen AI, the first is LangChain. LangChain is a very huge module, lot many things. Prompt engineering is a very important topic. And then RAG, we will discuss RAG. And then memory, Hugging Face. These all are a part of LangChain and Hugging Face, you can say. And finally, once we have learned everything, agent is a very important topic. We will use frameworks. I'll talk about frameworks. There are different frameworks for multi-agent and single agent. Both we will use, right? Uh, so agent is also a very important topic. Finally, we'll discuss open source LLMs. I have written in module 16, but I am thinking of moving it little forward, like backward. So like Olama and different frameworks are there which will allow you to use local LLMs. You can download and use it, right? So it is completely free. You can just use, instead of paying $20 every month, you can have your own GPT in locally present, right? On your system. Completely secure. Whatever you want, you can ask, right? So that is open source LLM. We have a special weekend dedicated only for open source LLM, how to use it. And then Azure OpenAI. I just want to give you a complete overview about Azure OpenAI. And then fine tuning we will do on Google Gemini. As I said, this is completely recorded session from previous batch I will give. Everything is there, starting with how to create a Google account, how to create a project, how to install the SDK, and then what is Vertex AI, real-time use cases, fine tuning examples. So this is my current batch. This is my, just now I have finished one batch. I'll show you that folder also. So I'll share that. But in this course, we will learn about Azure OpenAI. Okay, completely Azure OpenAI. And then once we have learned everything, we will do one project. In the project, as I said, something, this project I am doing, if you want to see the project, um, right? So this is a project which I'm currently doing. So just if you want to see the front end, so this is the front end topic modeling. Exact front end we cannot. So this is by Kevin, who is a PhD. It is his project, right? But this don't like this front end is very difficult. So we will not be able to generate this. But the functionality will be similar. Means what? You can see clusters. So you upload documents and you will see clusters automatically formed by the GenAI models. What is the use case? Why you can use it? All the things I will discuss in the course, right? Different use cases, every domain you can implement it. I tell you different use cases of the same problem statement based on your domain. So this will be the final project. So this is the whole course, and the duration of the course is almost like 16 classes, 16 to 17 classes. So 8 weekends, you can say, right? 2 months course. Classes will be 7:30 a.m. IST morning, right? To 10 morning, Saturday, Sunday, we will have class. So that's the whole thing. And when the class will start, maybe from this weekend onwards, this Saturday onwards, we will have our first class. And in the Saturday class, I might not start with ANN. I'll just give you some brief. But I think this weekend or next weekend onwards, we will start from ANN. I will upload all the recorded sessions once the class is over, right? This Saturday. Any questions now?
Is there any prerequisite for system machine?
Prerequisite, yeah. So system, okay. So see, I will suggest don't buy anything now. I will tell you tricks. No need to install Llama, install in the sense download. You just learn from me how I am doing, but there are lighter versions in the sense small language models. The coding will be exactly same. The process will be exactly same. Just you need to change the name. So I think if you are very like if you really have some startup ideas or you want to really very serious about it, then I will suggest go for a server. Laptops, yes, you can buy laptop. The problem with laptop is very expensive. So if you are trying to buy a laptop for AI purpose, mostly for GPU and all, something at least 1.9 to you have to spend, in fact more than that, but basic one I think 1.9 to 2. Why? Because Nvidia GPU card you need, right? 4090 or some good GPU card support should be there, and then memory should be more, at least 36 GB. So if when you add all of this configuration, it will be very costly. My suggestion is go with server. Server in the sense desktop. I know it is not portable. You can have two options. One is whatever laptop you have, use it, but server or desktop you can have one. The benefit is motherboard very high end you use, because that is very difficult to change or you cannot change, but other things you can just change it. Start with 36, and if it is not, if your need is increased tomorrow, you just add another 36, it will become 64. If your need increases, you can add another, it will become 128. So according to your need, you can keep adding and removing, right? 4090, tomorrow you don't need it. Some advanced, some. So whatever you want, you can like use it. And you know, this is very dynamic, right? AI, we don't know what will happen in 4 or 5 years. It might be cheaper also. It might be, we don't know. So I think buying a laptop will be a little expensive, but it's up to you. You're completely your choice. That is what
Mac
I,
here will not do.
yeah.
Mac here will not be sufficient.
How much? See, anything is sufficient. So 16 GB is also fine. In fact, my Mac that I uses is 16 GB and I am able to do many things. So I think 16 GB is also sufficient. I mean, many things, the code will be same, right? I mean, once you know how to write code, just
We
name it.
we are just
So
asking for the learn
GPU,
for learning purpose. Do we need, do we have a sufficient memory, like 16 GB of RAM, 26 GB of SSD, i5 or i7, 10 generation, 12 generation mother like processor? Is this enough? These
I
kind of
will
things.
I see. It depends on the model basically. So for paid one, you don't need anything because every computation will happen on the server, third-party server, right? When you're calling GPT-4o or any model, so it is OpenAI server. It is not your own. So it is just any system will work. But if you're using open source, which we will prioritize in this course, most of the things we will do in open source. In open source also, we have lighter versions available. You no need to use the latest high-end. So every model is a Llama. It has 3 different versions, right? You can use the lighter one. And if you want, I will tell you a calculation. I think maybe in the first class only I will tell you. When you join Saturday, I'll tell you a calculation. There is a way how you will calculate. Uh, and I'll tell you that in the first class. The memory that it is taking multiplied by 4, right? There is a calculation formula. So that will tell you how much GB you need to load that model locally into your system, right? And for Llama also, I will give you a rough calculation so that accordingly you will understand what system is sufficient and not. My suggestion is don't buy anything with 16 GB. Lot many things you can do. There are always, in fact, if you don't have 16 GB also, Google Colab you can use, which is like 16 GB with GPU support you will get, right?
Yeah.
For practice purpose. If you are very serious, I mean, if you have some startup ideas or something, then I think you can buy. But for this course, I think 16
So
GB,
we
yeah,
can pay some buy some servers, pay some servers, and we can code there. Do you mean
exactly.
to
So
say that?
also, you can rent if you think like Google, Azure, or let's say this AWS is costly. Like Hugging Face also have servers, so you can rent from Hugging Face, which is very cheaper. Like maybe 1 month or 2 month. How much? In fact, you can pause and play. Like whenever you don't need it, you stop it, and whenever you need it, you use it. There are always cheaper
Roughly
option.
for 2 months, how much they charge?
So it's I will tell you everything maybe on Saturday's class and also tell you the resources. My suggestion is if you look at my system, this is a kind of, this is not a laptop. I have a MacBook, which is a very limited, I mean, it's an old one, so I don't have that good configuration in my MacBook. That's why I have this Windows machine and I will show you my configuration. This is system, right? Where is that? I forgot. I'm just
Go to
struggling.
my computer and click on right click on that and go to properties.
My computer and properties, right? Settings. Where is my computer here?
Just open any of the folder open. Okay. Click on
No.
right side window, right, expand it, expand it, right side window, this computer. Click on this
Ah,
computer and go to properties.
yeah. Okay. Fine. So if you just go here, I think this is what is the configuration. In my office also it is Mac and my personal system is also Mac. But
In
which is very,
60.
yeah, it is 64 GB and this is what, and I can download and I can do everything like Llama, everything I can locally download with this. And I will tell you for this configuration, I have spent around 1.6, right? So I have 4090 NVIDIA graphics card and 64 GB RAM and motherboard is very high end. And this is what it is, right? So you can see the configuration here. So basically NVIDIA card is the most costliest one. Other things are cheaper, like 9,000, if you 8,000 to 9,000 is like 1 TB of SSD cost. So I have 2 TB. Tomorrow, if I need more, then I can just spend another 9,000 and get one more. If I don't need it, I can start with 1 TB SSD, which is 9,000. Similarly, memory also. Now I have 64. Additional memory will cost you some thousand. Accordingly, you can adjust. The most costly thing will be NVIDIA graphics. I remember it was 48,000. 4090 I brought, right? NVIDIA 4090, it was somewhere around 48 to 56 within that range. In fact, there are even more high end, which I think it's not needed. With this configuration, I'm able to download and load everything like Llama. And there are some techniques also called quantization, which will help you to, and parallel programming, GPU and quantization, if you use, then I mean, there are techniques which we will discuss in the course. So what I'm saying is this is my configuration I use only for Gen AI, but In fact, in my MacBook also, I have tricks. So I can use many small language models. Doesn't matter. Like, see, model is just a name. If you know the process, this is what is important. If you know how to code, LangChain and other things, if you know, then language is like model is just a name. And if you know a small language model locally, how to use it using Olama or any other platforms, other models also, you can just do the same way. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you are not very serious, don't spend money. I think there are a lot of ways, I will tell you, without spending much, you can actually do everything.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Another question. Who don't know the like, I'm a Java developer. I don't know anything about Python. So for Python, I need to learn Python as well from scratch.
Python is important. That is one of the prerequisite. And Java developers, so Python will be very easy. My suggestion is we have time, right? So today is just Monday, and I think next weekend also it will not be very serious topic. I'll not cover. So just installation and basics, introduction, and many people are not so comfortable, right? So I'll give them some time. We'll start from next to next weekend, but next to next weekend, by that time, like we have some 10-15 days, right? So within that, I'm expecting you to at least know Python. If you don't know, at least basic core Python. Entire programming will be on Python. This is a different Python, I will say, like, but like it is the backbone, like everything that, like, any line of code that you will write is in Python. So definitely Python is one of the prerequisite which you should learn. Now, how much Python is very vast, right? Core Python, like what is variable, what is function, what is list, right? What is a data?
Understood.
Yes,
Understood.
yeah, that you can learn within this 5-7 days or 1-2 weeks. And nothing else is prerequisite. Rest all I will cover. Maths and all I will take care. Python is the prerequisite. Right? Okay. Any other questions? I think there are a lot of questions.
Ma'am, do we get
This
recorded video? Hello?
Yeah, hi. I want to ask a question. Like, for doing this NLP, I think that we require pre-processing steps of NLTK or some of the tools like that, MCS libraries. Will that be included as a part of this course?
Sorry, can you come again?
See, whenever we are implementing the NLP, so I think that we require some pre-processing steps like lematizations and word-to-vectorization kind of stuff, which we will be implementing using the NLTK. So will that be covered, or we have to learn by ourselves that?
So that is again, as I said, so generative AI is all about pre-trained models. So when the model has been trained on text data, all the things already has been done behind the scene. That's the reason we have this NLP prerequisite sessions, which I will share as pre-recorded session. Just the namesake, it is recorded session. It is not like I am not available. Every weekend we have class, and after the class, you can ask me any doubt from this recorded sessions. You will not have any doubt in installation. I am expecting some errors in this GPU. We will have a WhatsApp group also, and we will help each other. This is a very hectic, tedious process. I'm expecting definitely many people will have error. Otherwise, I think introduction you can just listen through. There is nothing much introduction and all. And this NLP is one chapter which is given as recorded session. You have any doubt in anything, you can ask me. In fact, we are going to implement one project on NLP in ANN, right? So this project, right, will be a sentiment analysis. Even if you have not listened the recording, while I'm building the model or while I'm doing the coding, you will 100% understand because we will build it from scratch. Scratch means we will load the data, we will clean the data. Clean means we will tokenize, we will stem it or lemmatization, convert text to numbers. That's called embedding. Different embedding techniques are there. Everything we will discuss. What to vec is one of them. We have TF, IDF, simple, difficult, what is the pros, what is the con, and all the things we will discuss. But this is recorded session. In fact, lot many things are there. I will let me show you what I have given to the previous batch so that you will get some idea, right? So this is my previous batch which I have completed. These all topics has been covered. You can see everything we have covered, right? So coming to this NLP, let me show you what we have discussed. So NLP, this all folder. So we have this sentiment analysis. We have done it from scratch. There is one more also called, I think it is there in another lab, another folder. All the pre-recorded sessions, which is not live, is in another folder, which is around 10 hours of recording, right? It is from my 4 years before. I was taking 2 classes. One is ML and one is advanced deep learning course. So that course recording. So everything is from scratch. So this entire NLP is from scratch and everything is very, very detailed way I have explained. It is recorded, but you can ask me any question from any of this topic and I will explain after the class, right? Hope that is clear.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. Thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we are already very late. I was planning just 30 minutes, but it went like
I have one
1
question.
Yeah.
How can we get this curriculum? I want this curriculum.
Yeah, I will, yeah, so this curriculum I will upload on my drive and I will add everyone to the drive, right? Or I will share the link, drive link, you can just download it. I'll share the drive link tomorrow in the like in the chat window.
Tomorrow in the chat window, right? Which chat
Yeah.
window are you talking about?
And tomorrow will be very short demo. I'll not take much of your time. Maybe just we'll connect for 30 minutes or 15-20 minutes. 30 minutes, let's say, for your doubt clearing. And I'll just, all the new people who have joined will be going through today's recording, right? And
For any communication,
this,
how to connect with you after this class?
for any communication, if you have any doubt, you can join tomorrow. I will answer all your queries. I think we have 3 demo sessions on this week, and then we have class on this Saturday, 7:30 to 10, right? And this Saturday also, it will not be a lot of topics. It will be mostly around software installation and system configuration, your questions, right? I will tell you complete NVIDIA
So
graph.
what would be the communication channel between you and us?
WhatsApp. WhatsApp, we will create a WhatsApp group, right?
So everyone, whoever is attending today the demo class will be part of that WhatsApp group.
I think once the, if you want to communicate with me one-to-one, you can find me on LinkedIn and send request. I will accept and then you can chat. Otherwise, once your enrollment is done.
Not like that. Regarding this course, if we have any doubt or something or any question or if we want to connect with you,
yeah,
how
once
to
the
open the channel of communication with you? Do
yes.
you have any customer care support or any official number on which we can communicate?
No, normally I don't entertain anyone to call me directly because I'm also working. So we will have a WhatsApp group where you will have access to my number, but I will suggest everyone to not please call me for any doubt. Please ask all your doubts in the class, after the class. I mean, previous topic doubts you can ask me in the class. Let's say the class is 9, 10, right? It is getting over by 10.
My question was when you
Ritesh, let me
the
answer.
WhatsApp group that you create, everyone will be added to it.
Yes, exactly. So everyone will be added to the WhatsApp group and you have access. If you have any doubt or something, you can post in the group. If not me, somebody else will answer. But most of the doubts I will answer in the class. Previous topic, if you have doubt, after the class, I will answer. And the topics, what I am covering, you will, once you attend my class, you will understand the pattern. Every 10-20 minutes, once I cover a topic, I will pause myself and I will take all your questions. Once your doubts are clear, then only I'll move to the next topic. And the medium of communication will be WhatsApp or any update, right? Related to the materials, class recordings and all.
There will be 4 demo class. All the demo class are for about the same topics, or they are like everyone should attend all the demos classes?
No, no, you no need to join any demo class if you are clear today. So same thing mostly it is, and you can directly join Saturday, right? For the proper class, we will have the course starting from Saturday onwards. So you can directly join Saturday and you can skip tomorrow's demo because same thing I will cover mostly doubt clearing, and this is what it is. So the course content you will get it. Only join tomorrow to get the link, and once the link is you got the link, you can drop right from the call. Saturday onwards, regular class we will be starting the class. And next weekend, we'll create WhatsApp group where everybody will be added. And after the course is completed also, you will be there in the WhatsApp group. Just kind of a community so that it's good
So
to.
how do you figure out of all these people who are attending this demo class, they are going to be your student and going to be part of that WhatsApp group?
Once the enrollment is done, that's what I'm saying. I think the enrollment window will freeze. We have already, I think next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, we will have WhatsApp group only with the people who have enrolled, right? So in the WhatsApp group, people who are the part of the batch will only be added. Next weekend, we will have that WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Madam, one quick
connect
question,
on
madam.
tomorrow we need to connect on the same time, same link.
Yes, same time, same link. And just if you have attended today's demo session, you just take the course content link and then you can drop the call if you don't have any question. Right?
Okay.
Tomorrow's demo session will be very short.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Madam, one last question, ma'am. So I am from other domain, like example, like Java domain. So my question is like, as you mentioned, so all the models, right? Already they provided the APIs, and in the application we can use the API, right, to build the respective thing.
So
And
we
the
are
question is like, do we really require to learn all this math behind the scene and everything? Like, just want to understand, like, just to identify whether really required all these things for other domain people. Example, let's say the people senior software developer from Java background, and if they learn the APIs, right, the respective API models, isn't it enough, or do we really need to understand all these things?
So this is the last question that I'm answering, and then I think we will connect tomorrow for further questions. So the thing is, it's up to you, right? Like it's up to you what you really like. What is your goal? I told you everything from AI to Gen AI and everything. So see, I am a AI scientist, right? I don't know anything about web development. I just the basic JavaScript and all I know. Now I will my company is telling me to build some web development app, right? So what I thought is I am super talented. Okay, let me use AI and build a website. Do you think I will be able, even if I have all the help, like from let's say ChatGPT and lot of other AI tools I'm using, do you think tomorrow, if it is a production level web development app I need to build without knowing anything about web development, do you think I will be able to do it? Production level, not demo, not POC level, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think? No, right? Same with
Yeah.
you, right? You don't know anything about AI and you jump everything like maths and everything. You skipped and you just learn the APIs and you think many people think that 90%, right? They think they became AI engineer overnight. So that is not what real time expertise will be. In Gen AI, all the Gen AI interviews, you will be asked everything, even if leave about interviews, just to survive, right? Just to survive, you should be expert in your domain. Plus, yes, you use always pre-trained model, right? 90% of the time you will be using pre-trained model. What if the pre-trained model is not working? Tell me how to improve it. When it comes to improvement, you have to know the basics, you have to know the scratch. You might not be using it, but you should at least know, right? And I mean, that's the whole objective. So that's why we are learning the basics, like the fundamentals, and then we are learning the API calls or whatever you say, like the frameworks, right? To build only frameworks. 90% of the things you can still do. Only learning frameworks, you can able to build a 90% of the things of any application. What about the rest 10%, right? 10% you will struggle like anything. People are talking about model training. You have no idea what is a model, first of all. Leave about training, because you have just used 5-7 lines of line code to call a API, right? You have no idea what you mean by fine tuning means. You have no idea what is validation, why the model is not working, what do you mean by hyperparameter tuning. Lot of jargons you will not be able to understand. So in fact, what we are learning is just 5%, right? It's an ocean. If you want to learn, I will suggest learn more. Beyond this course, you should learn more on deep learning. If you really want to become expert, even if you are from different domain, this is like JavaScript, only learning JavaScript, but JavaScript is not the only thing, right? You need to learn React. You need to learn lot many things like that. This is very, very minimal thing that we are learning, and this is mandatory. Beyond this, I think better not to learn. Half-cooked knowledge is very dangerous. You learn fully, otherwise don't learn. So absolutely similar example, like overnight, you cannot become an AI engineer just by calling some APIs. Overnight, I cannot become a web developer just because I know ChatGPT, right? So that's the problem. You should know the entire things from scratch, and then you use whatever you want to use. That's the correct way of going. That will build confidence, so you know what you are doing. Otherwise, blindly you are just doing something. You don't know what you are doing. You yourself don't know how to convince others when you yourself don't know, right? So that's the thing. So I think this is a very common question. If you want to learn it from scratch and learn more, I will suggest, even if you are from different domain, deep learning, other topics you should learn. If you have time, learn other models, other topics, learn the maths, learn the background, and that will build confidence, right? And that's how it is. It will take time, but once you learned it, you are super useful resource for the company, right? End to end. If it is not working, you have to suggest. It's not about building, it is about suggesting also. Fine tuning is better or RAG is better. What is the cost of fine? You don't know yourself what is training, what is fine tuning, so it's very difficult to convince others. I hope I answered Jay Ganesh, like
Yeah,
similar,
yeah.
exactly similar thing. I don't know Java. I worked in Java for 10 years. Now I have ChatGPT. I can write Java code. And if I think I can replace you by just using ChatGPT, it's a myth. It will never happen. At least I have to learn Java first. I have to build something from scratch by myself. I should know the entire framework. Yes, then I can use ChatGPT so that I will understand what ChatGPT is giving me. And then, I mean, I can be a supervisor. I cannot blindly use it. Exactly same thing. You first learn the basics and then only use the other things, right? Module 8 onwards, it's very easy. Module 7 till module 7, actually it is the most difficult part. Again, you will see difficulty when we go to agents. Module 13, that is again very difficult. Rest all things are very easy. Everybody will understand, right? Okay, it's already too late. Tomorrow we will continue. Whatever doubts you have, I will discuss, right? Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you.